We'll get into that in a minute. Right now, let's hear from Eboni K and let her lie real quick.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more Black women consider and even exercise. So anybody...
Let me go ahead and stop that there. Go ahead and hit it, because y'all know what it is when you hear this sound if you've been in here for over 5 minutes.
But wait, it gets worse.
Let me clarify something. Didn't Black men spend years saying, hey, y'all are choosing to be single mothers, and we proceeded to get cussed out saying, no, the fuck we don't. Y'all niggas just sorry. We constantly heard that. Like, hey, you're picking this guy to sleep with and you're sleeping with him raw. And like I said the other night, this is the guy that, I think I said it on Broker Tradition the other night. This is the cat. This is the dude that got your cat raw. He felt its full effects, and you carried his child full term, provided a legacy for that man. But solid brothers like myself, who have wanted to get married before, fuck that shit right now, who have wanted to get married before, sitting out here got to scrimp and save and fight and hustle and do all this shit, trying to overprove again that we're good, solid Black men. But now y'all are actively choosing to be single mothers and putting it out there. Remember last week I talked about that rich auntie bullshit. So we had that discussion about all these women choosing either no kids, no marriage, or some of these women are choosing to be single mamas, again, by choice, by freezing their eggs. And y'all thought Kevin Samuels was on some bullshit, but God almighty, let me go ahead and give y'all this.
But, you know, I could be all wrong. Maybe I'm just full of shit. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Let's go ahead and get back to Eboni K.
work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more Black women consider and even exercise. So anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because Black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests. And now that bypassing those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood, well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which Black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as we choose, we do have to contend with the reality of a dismally small supply of Black sperm. Because most Black women on this journey, we want to create children that look like us and that look like our families, and that means we want Black sperm.
No. If Eboni K truly wanted that, she wouldn't have been with that white man during the pandemic that ended up leaving her ass because she was fucking selfish because he wanted to spend the pandemic with his children. Now, granted, they were adults. So let's clarify something. Drew Titan said this the other night on his podcast, and it's so true. When the pandemic first happened, nobody knew what the hell was going on. We literally did not know if it was the end of the world. I'm going to call it fear mongering. Because, again, Kofa's a little bit of a weirdo. I like watching prepper shit. And some of y'all comments, I think I just left one up under Mona D's post a little bit earlier. I'll put the little alien and the little zombie emoji and be like, hey, either one of y'all can go ahead and show up because society right now is fucked. So I'll do that as a joke, kind of tongue in cheek, half joke, wholly serious though. So when that pandemic happened, that man chose to stay with his adult children because we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what traveling looked like and what you was bringing back home. Adult children or not. And he chose his children over her. Now, she got all this bank. She a boss bitch. She could have got her ass up and went up there where they were. But she chose not to do that shit. Instead, she chose herself. Again, brothers, pay attention to stuff like this. Because granted, you can have a woman that has an engagement or something like that, and then they have this breakup. Find out what part she played in that shit. That she just cut ties simply because she didn't get her goddamn way. Because that's what it's looking like for Eboni K. And the more she talks, the more she tell on herself. I told brothers when we come over here in this space, even for the men, learn to shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up and listen. Women talk more and they talk more often. They can't help it. They are going to tell on themselves at some point, whether verbally or through some slip up of action that doesn't match what the hell she said she wanted. But let's keep on cooking.
And as we heard from Reese Brooks, it's the definition of slim pickings. And sometimes that means compromising on this aspect of your journey. Now, I am extremely fortunate that I was able to secure 2 vials of black sperm from California Cryobank when I embarked on this part of my journey last fall. But I do know that I am an outlier. So I've got 2 concrete tips for single black women who think this may be an option, either now or maybe later. Number 1, please check out Reproductive Village. It's a new black-owned cryobank, and it's...
I gotta pause it real quick. Shout out to my boy Shamar. What's going on, bro?
Man down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Look, y'all think Kofa bad? Come over to fucking Facebook and get my boy going. God almighty. Yeah, same thing I said. Now she wants some black sperm? Oh, that's interesting. And let me say this. I promise you I'm going to let it run. We about halfway through this little short clip. What she's saying dispels all the myths that have been put out there about black men, all the lies. So if there is a shortage on black male sperm, that lets you know black men want to be in their children's lives.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
I'm going to say that one more time. If there is a shortage on black male sperm, because people out here fucking, right? We still having kids out of wedlock. But that lets you know the majority of men are not on that type of time. The majority of women are still getting pregnant by the minority of men. Again, why I responded to Kendra G when she issued that challenge about King Pookie. So you got one man that's knocking down 7 women. Half of those women, 3 to 4 of them, know it and don't care. Because each individual woman got another dude. And sometimes that dude ain't going to smell the pussy. That's the dude to wash the car. That's the dude to cut the grass. That's the dude she got mentoring her son. So it'd be multiple women for one single irresponsible man, right? So the fact that there's a lack of black male sperm going through these sperm banks lets you know that black men want to be involved with their children. I'm not just going to have my DNA walking around and then 18 years later just pop up. Be like, oh yeah, shit, my mama had went to this sperm bank and da-da-da-da-da. That ain't how black men operate. Every lie, every myth, every story that has been made up about us is false. Black men want to be involved in their children's lives. That's why you don't have this high number of black male donors, because the brat ended up with a white male donor. She said out of all the black males they looked through, well, the men they looked through, they found one black male out of like 200 and said he fell out the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. So they ain't want to do that to the baby. I can't be mad at that shit. But I personally know women who have had in vitro and intentionally, before this even became a thing of low black male sperm count at these sperm banks, intentionally picked a white man's semen so they baby had good hair and pretty eyes. Their words, not mine.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
So when black women are out here preaching about colorism and shit like that, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them need to look their ass in the mirror. Let me let Eboni K keep online real quick.
Designed to help with this shortage of black sperm. It's set to open its doors in D.C. later this year, and it will also have drop-off locations in Atlanta and Houston, Texas. And number 2, be proactive. I say go ahead and start looking right now for desirable black sperm. You register with all 4 of the big cryobanks, and this includes California Cryobank, which I used, Seattle Sperm Bank, Fairfax Cryobank, and Zytex. Then you can scan the current options for black sperm. And if you see some sperm that you like, I suggest go ahead and buying at least 2 vials right now. Even if you do not intend to use them anytime soon, trust me, it's better to have them than to be without them when the time comes. And listen, if you never need them for whatever reason, what a wonderful gift to give to a friend or a sorority sister in need. And
No.
Y'all just out here alley-ooping sperm, sis. That's what the fuck we doing. We throwing no-look passes. We hitting them with the magic. That's what we doing with black male sperm. Further lets you know how not serious these women are about producing a legacy. Again, brothers, I keep telling y'all we are not that fucked up. A lot of times it's the man that's thinking about family. We're the ones that be thinking about family and legacy. A lot of times the sisters are thinking about themselves and at the most, motherhood. A lot of times it's themselves, motherhood, and this nigga will do. Even when y'all get married. Again, not all. There's some solid ass sisters out there. I know there are. But guess what? There's solid sisters across the globe.
Got it! It's hotter than fish grease.
So you can't get mad when a brother gets a passport. When y'all out here no look passing black male sperm. Let's go.
so most of those banks, they allow you to resell the sperm back to the bank itself. Listen, I know that many are going to question or even indict the decision that I and many other black women are making to become single mothers by choice. But I, like the women you heard from today, go by the creed of no regrets. I have, and many black women have, too much love, too many resources, and too rich of a community not to share these gifts with children of our own. Children that will one day, no doubt, enrich and contribute to the next generation of Black America.
Stop it. Get some help.
Bro, you know what, Godfather?
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
But wait, it gets worse.